Welcome to MirrorFly, a unified communications product for real-time chat, audio, and video calls SDK. We shall deep dive to see how to integrate our chat SDK for the iOS platform. You can easily add real-time chat features to your client app in 20 minutes. You may also use our sample application available in GitHub. Download today to explore more about the real-time chat and call features. This is the fastest way to build your app's UI with MirrorFly Chat SDK. You should also be aware of some of the basic requirements before you start working on the iOS chat integrations. Before moving into the integration part, you need to know about the SDK license key to initiate chat. You can get a valid license key from the MirrorFly user console or dashboard. You would need to be a registered user to access the console. Since I'm already a registered user, I'm logging into my user account. In the overview page, you could find your unique SDK license key. You can also get access to the sample project source code, SDK files, and API credentials in the same overview page to test your integrations. Let's start with integrating the Chat SDK. In the first step, let us complete the pod setup. If you have not initiated any pods project before, then you would need to initiate it by opening Terminal and by executing pod init command. To set the path right, you may copy, drag, and drop the project folder. After adding the project folder directory, run pod init command. Once you have successfully completed, open pod file. Now add the required pods that are necessary for the SDK to execute the process perfectly. Moving on to step 2 in pod install. Copy the hook code and paste it in the pod terminal to complete pod setup. The copied hook code to be added at the end of the pod file. Then run pod install command. So now the pod is successfully installed. Moving on to step 3 in the integration process. Open the XC workspace and open project settings and add a few more options to initiate the chat. Now you have to disable the bit codes for your project. In the project, under the build setting, you can search for bitcode, and this has to be disabled. It is safe to turn it off now. We have added a few libraries in the SDK, and to get these compiled, bitcode has to be turned off in the project. Moving on to step 4 in the integration process. We need to enable a few more capabilities in your project. Go to Target, open Signing Capabilities, and click at the top left corner to search for the background modes. In the background mode and enable the following modes: audio AirPlay, picture and in picture, background fetch, and remote notifications. Audio, AirPlay, picture and in picture. With this mode enabled and your audio session configured, your app is ready to play background audio. Background fetch, that allows an app to fetch new data or perform other tasks in the background when the app is not actively being used. Remote notifications, to provide up-to-date information of your app, even when the app is not running. Register with Apple Push Notification Service, Appins, to send and receive incoming remote notifications. Moving on to configuring the several details in the Chat SDK. You can copy the license key from the MirrorFly console overview page and paste it here under the license key. Now let's how to initialize Chat SDK. Now import the MirrorFly SDK in App Delegate to access our SDK. We utilize the usage of the Initialize SDK function to validate the license key and to fetch critical data from server for SDK initialization. For version 3, you can't initialize API URL because it takes the URL based on license key to build the data in SDK. In your project, you must use the app delegate class within the did-finish launching with options method to proceed with the registration using license key after the app initialization. Did finish launching with options method, call the initialization method by passing the license key. Now moving on to user registration. We shall register a new user using this method. It will take care of both sandbox mode registration as well as live mode registration based on license key provided in the Chat SDK. Now copy the register method. In button action, initialize the register method. When register button clicked, action will execute on it. User ID is string or number we use to register or uniquely identify. Don't use special characters in user ID. Here I'm using phone number as unique identifier. Unless you logged out of a session, make sure that you have called the registration method only once in an application. Then you call user identifier in register method. While registration, the below register method will accept the additional params. You can enable and use is force register as an optional param for maintaining sessions. User type as an optional param to provide the type of user. And metadata as an optional param to provide metadata of the user in register API service. Appends is used to send and receive push notification alerts, as said earlier. If you are using the call feature, then you would enable VoIP device token. You also need to attach the certificates to enable these alert services. Appends and VoIP certificates needs to be added to your server configuration section in the user console to enable push notifications. Save your own contact details in DB after registration. Your contact detail will be used while sending group messages. Call below method to save your own contact details. Now you have to pass user ID and username to save your own contact details. To generate the user JID, you must pass the registered username or user ID inside the flyutils.getJID method. Now you have to pass your registered username or user ID to get your own JID. Print the user JID. Now let us connect to the chat server. Once registration was successful, Chat SDK automatically attempts to connect to the chat server. The connection status can be observed and tracked by confirming the connection event delegate below following method. You need to set delegate in your view controller's view did appear. Using our extension view controller, we can set the connection event delegate. Once the connection event delegate has been set, you will be able to receive the connection status in the delegate method. Also, you have print the statement for connections. Once registration is successful, delegate calls the connection status, otherwise shows the disconnect status. This are terminology used in the Chat SDK and shows the example format for user ID, user JID, and group ID. SDK here provides the built-in functions prepare the JID and group JID. Now moving on to sending one-to-one message. Now import the MirrorFly SDK in View Controller. To generate a unique user ID, you must call the other user's username in the method string using the JID equal to flyutils.getJID username. Using the getJID method, you can generate the JID for any user. Now I'm passing the username of registered user B to get the JID to send the one-to-one messages. MirrorFly provides you to send the text message to other participants by using Send Text Message method, which is wrapped with MirrorFly SDK. Call the Send Text Message method in button action. The Send Text Message accepts message params, which is text message. To JID refers to the end user ID, which you will get from the getJID method by passing it. Text represents the message the user wants to send to another user. Once Send Text Message sends successfully, print the success statement, otherwise it shows the error. Already created the label for sender and receiver text in View Controller. So I call the label in View did load and gives the empty string value for both sender and receiver text label. Sender text label call it in Send Text Message method and gives the value which message I have to send the user. Now let's see how to receive the message. Set the delegate in your View Controller's View did appear method using following method and confirm the message events delegate class. This will enable you to see other incoming messages and related events. Using our extension View Controller, we can set the message event delegate methods. Once the delegate has been set, we will be able to receive the incoming message in the method mentioned below. Message Events Delegate Protocol has 12 delegate methods on message received is one of them. For receiver text label UI, call it an onMessageReceived method. Once receiver send the message, it will receive in receiver text label UI. Now run the application in plugged-in device or simulator. Once build initiated successfully. Let's see the simple demo on sending a sample chat message to another user and how the other user receives it. First, register the user and login. Sender mobile screen is placed on the left and the receiver is placed on the right. User is sending a text message to the user B. Successfully send the message, great. Now see the receiver send the text message to sender. Wow! Successfully received. Hope this video is helpful for you in your MirrorFly Chat SDK integrations. MirrorFly Chat SDK and UI Kit gives you a comprehensive real-time chat experience and simplifies your chat design needs. Check out our documentation page for more such tutorials that would ease your integration setup. We have a dedicated team to assist you with your questions and help you in integrations. Thank you, and have a good day.